My dad was on a plane. We lived in Omaha, Nebraska. His last business trip of the year, he was headed to Boston a couple weeks before Christmas. And the flight attendant, he was up front, bigwig. Flight attendant came to him halfway through the flight and said, there's a woman in the back of the plane who is hurrying home to her small sons, and there's an empty seat next to you. She's in a big rush. Would you mind if we let her sit next to you at the end of the flight so she can get off very quickly? My dad said, of course. And so this woman, Susan, comes and sits down next to my dad and says, thank you very much. And she begins to explain to him that her husband, Dan, is at the world-renowned Lead Transplant Center in Omaha, where he is there for his second liver transplant. It's a week or two before Christmas. They thought maybe they would get to go home to Boston to be with their boys, but they're not. So she was going home to Boston to get her sons, to get everything organized so that they could return to Omaha to spend Christmas in the hospital with their dad. And I don't know what happened, but my dad told this story to my mom. She went and bought those boys Christmas presents, got gifts for Susan. And I was 16 and I was not happy about it because we had some rhythms for Christmas. And here around 9:30 or 10 in the morning, the doorbell rings and these randos walk in our lives on Christmas. And we're celebrating Christmas. And I was really in a bad mood. And then they said, okay, everybody, a couple hours later, let's bundle up. We're going to the hospital. And I said, I'm not going to the hospital, am I? They said, yeah, we're all going to the hospital. And our family went with these strangers to this man's hospital that I'd never seen before. We celebrated with them. We sang Christmas carols around his bed. And I watched as this man in a hospital bed pulled my father close and said, thank you for loving my family. Friends, this is what it looks like when we love people the way God loves us. We sacrifice. We make room. We let that love overflow. God's love transforms us into people who can love others.